All right, here we go again. These are boring stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do this time, uh, what we're gonna do this time? A dead bug retriever. So this is a long, boring again. As um, we will implement a lot of stuff. So like for admin, for players, and automating all the stuff like um when you die and when you respawn, it will automatically retrieve your things or your stuff, right? And lots of restrictions. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we will find our template. I cannot find it. Maybe I'll just template. Okay, yeah, here a template. So we're gonna do is create new repository on this template. Oh, ASA that plugins that bug three. Okay, Mm, maybe we don't use this. What we're gonna do? Let's check my other repo. What's oopsie. Crowded template Discord link. Just copy paste this. I just wanna make it uniform. If server plugin that support. Um, I just repeated, but that will retrieve your cache. um, Okay, alright. Then we're gonna clone them. Where's our URL? We're gonna use my desktop as we have the API right there. That bug retriever clone. In my recent video, I made installer for our freshly um freshly created template. So what we're gonna use here is just click this one. So I save time for everything, right? Project, what's it's my project? It's the project review. Okay. Uh, what's retrieve your feedback. Um, okay. And then it will clone, change everything for us. Today that bug retriever. That's a pretty much long name, but it's okay, I think. So we do, yeah, the copy. We can just delete this one as well. We don't need that. Anyway, I think made. I want to manipulate this with after running the script. We add something here to not to include those stuff like the logs. I think the logs is right there. This is everything that we replace, but that's easy, right? Right now, just gonna open this one. Hmm. There's two way to do this. But I think in this case, maybe we start on hooking instead of doing slash, but that kind of somewhat dangerous or maybe uh, heavy for our what do you call this? Heavy for our server. It's the way I find I'm looking wait the way I search for the cache bag of the dead inventory is wait looking for everything like the actor and stuff, right? But right here uh, I'm looking for to set a hook so we can use that hook to retrieve our bag. So what are the hook that we need? First, I think we need some kind of a trigger that if we are dead, right? So maybe before we die, we will need to cache our bag just to be safe because most of the people like they say that they lost this thing, this they lost that, just for our logs maybe. Um, anyway, because we can put that directly to our before we die. To be honest, can we can paste everything to our storage. Let's say, um, you set a storage for. There's a lot of wait. I'm kind of confused right now because I want to implement a lot of things right here. Maybe we write it down here. So first, player automatic retrieval. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is um another way, right? For example, when player dies, it will uh, all items or specify or all or uh, specified items will transfer to chosen storage. Okay, so how can we achieve this? Um, by first, maybe we can just make a full block of things here. All right, and my web just came in. Okay, here automatic. Okay, so how can we achieve this? When player dies, all items will be transferred to chosen storage, right? So what we're gonna do is lab command to a storage, of course, and then we save it to database and save it to database. So whenever we log out, we stop the server. We have the reference of the storage that we ought so whenever we log in and then we die and it will transfer there so every item what I mean is specified because this could be used on cheating like for example I give you some idea that I'm going to a cave like pick it I'm not gonna be scared because all my item will be retrieved right so um I'm gonna pick everything there, even the artifact, and die, and just go to my base, and all my items, stuff, all my stuff are there, right? So it's kind of cheating in a way, like what I did here. every items of me, like it came from me when I go inside um to the cave, and then uh it will be retrieved. But I can restrict the player that all resources that gathered, all the uh, what do you call this? All what do you call this? Like all resources, and then all artifact and some stuff that may be element. If you you choose like every any other stuff in config that includes there or excluded will be excluded, and then all the items are not in the list be included. So here's the other way, automatic retrieval. So um here, when player dies, we'll click sleep and retrieve to retrieve the item in inventory. So it will transfer your cash bag. You don't even need that. Like when you are wearing something, it will wear it right away to you, your skin and stuff. Maybe skin, I don't tried it yet, but for flak and tech, it will wear it by itself and then retrieve all the stuff. Okay. And player manual retrieval uh, slash commands. Okay. So that's the way. And maybe I just uh, found a way how can we retrieve dino as well. Like when dinos died, it will um, it will retrieve the cache, because most likely when you lose a dino in the wild and then you forgot where it is, and then it suddenly dies, and sometimes you don't know when it dies or it dies, right? When it dies, it will automatically transfer everything in the storage that you choose. Okay, this one. So maybe along the way we will add some mechanics right here. So, but for now, we're gonna do what we're gonna do is this one. When player dies, it will retrieve and equip the item, so you get the idea. And if you wanna go ahead with me, like I haven't finished this stuff, because maybe this will be uh kind of like parts in a way that if I have time, right? Okay. So, more mechanics like what we can do is uh, ca- wait, capture player initial items before dying. Okay. Or if you want to like maybe restrict the player. So before, if you want like manual, like doing um another way less cheating. Okay, like when player um do slash command, it will capture initial inventory items. Okay, and save all the leads in the DB. But that way is much problematic. You know why? Because if they have mods, maybe we limit the mods for now. But even if they don't, like you need to capture all the item settings. For example, the flak that he's wearing, like this flak, you need to save uh the the amount, I mean, not the amount, not the quantity. Is for sources is fine because it doesn't have any settings, but for armor and the rating and stuff, I know that you can when you visit this art ID, right? When you when you spawn item, something like, I don't know if they have like spawn, but you can definitely change the like the armor, arm durability. For example, no, not there. This here, for example, flak leggings, right? I don't know. Yeah, there's no settings right here. But I know there's for example, the information about this. You can spawn it and change it after that. Right? Because if you save it on the database, um, it's only accepting a string, not the real object and stuff. So, but when you spawn it, for example, do we have a plugins here for plugins? No, we don't have. I wonder if we can have the arc shop so I can show you what I'm saying. So yeah, maybe never mind. So this is a problematic as well because you need when you cache those items for resources is fine because it's you can just take a quantity and when they die then slash retrieve then perform slash retrieve and then it will get back their item on where the database is, but it will leave everything, right? And there's another way, like um, you just get a bag, right? So for this, when we cache, it's this one is better. This is the first one that I know, but the problem there is we need to have a lot of coding because we need to check everything. So what kind of item, what's their settings, for example, the blueprint, if it's like how many stuff, because we can just or maybe for initial capture, we just need to capture the name, right? Yes, we just need to capture maybe the item ID because I think item ID is unique in every way unless it gets deleted on the game, right? So when we capture maybe capture ID, okay, ID only. But if ID, because sometimes they lose it, they really lose it, but you cannot retrieve it. So you don't have like, for example, you have Flak, right, with 1000 durability. And then suddenly when he dies and then you lose the bag, when you lose the bag or like deleted, your character get deleted or some mesh, you get mesh and then no bag at all when that happened. So the purpose of this is like saving your inventory. That I think the main purpose of automatic retrieval is that issues, right? When you die, you don't have a bag. So that's the real problem for this one. But we're just using it for some new players that always dying, and then they need to retrieve their items so they don't cry and leave your server. But yeah, I think the purpose of this retrieval is for the old player that's having problem with bag deletion. So when they die, the bag deleted, and then you don't have the cash for I think this one is better. Like it's catching your item, but we can do capture the ID only because it's deleted already. It's not in the game anymore. So we need to respawn it with the same settings that we saved in the database, like a temporary save and then just delete it. So we don't store datas like unused datas in our database, right? And then perform, and then it will spawn it a new item with a new ID, and then apply those settings they have that the item has, right? So we need to find a way how can we do this, okay? But for now that we're taking already 20 minutes on this recording, I'm sorry, just do a lot of explaining other than coding right away, because I want to give some insight on how can we do it and how I do it myself. So what we're gonna do, if I have more time in this part, maybe we can do like the manual retrieving as well. Um, but for now, without restriction, without anything in it, we just we die, we just capture the thing. All right. Okay. Also, what we gonna do? When we spawn, it's automatically everything automatic, right? We don't do this one as well. And okay, so what we're gonna do? We go to our hooks. So, no, that's command. Okay, we do have die here already, so we can just use this. When we die, what we gonna do? Wait, I'm thinking. Anyway, I wanna mention something else. When you die, and you're not getting the bag yet, right? Because your corpse is right there, and then your corpse is right there. Your item is still in your corpse when you die here. But when someone eats your corpse, for example, before you die, you run into a raptor and then it's starting to hit you, and then when you die, and then he is still eating you, and then it's gonna harvest you, right? It will, if it's like enemy dino, which is another player's dino, and then the harvesting is on, it will harvest your items. So you cannot get anything from it. You cannot retrieve anything because it gets hard busted to the other inventory, and we cannot do anything about it unless you just cheat. You just cheat, like if you really wanted to do when die. The moment you die here, what you can do is create another cat bag and then transfer everything before returning the die. Look at this, right? It's a really quick function, like super quick, that only computer can do. So it will transfer everything to that cache bag, and then put that cache bag anywhere, maybe in your base, or the preferred storage that you set here. Is that the way that transfer everything to your Steam, um, to your preferred storage, right? And then here, before you die, so no one can harvest your items, right? And then, um, and yeah, that's the way more, like cheating. So, for example, it's a wild dino, and then gets you eaten, right? Your corpse still there, so we cannot find a cash bag for that. So I was looking for a way. Maybe we'll do a lot of way but we're gonna do the better way, like optimized way of doing this. If you really that meets the objective. Okay, so when you die, you don't have a bag yet. So we need to retrieve the item from your corpse, and we need to check. We need to perform some checks if that corpse is really yours, right? Uh, yes, and this, yeah. Wait. And I wanna have some, um optimized way of doing this, because my old code, for example, I'm just gonna show you some things. What I'm doing is I'm gonna paste it right here anyway. When we do this, because I think the way that I did, wait, is in my hooks. I think I changed it. Okay, for the code that maybe we'll use it right here. I hope I don't miss this one. So for example, if if player corpse still available, item cache. Okay. So for item cache bag, you need to set T array a actor, and then all cache bag. So this is so heavy. Maybe I'll show you. I'll just wanna show you gameplay. Gameplay is statistic. Statistics. What? Get all actor of class. So you see that? Get all actor is so heavy. So get all actor of class. Yeah. Get all actors, not just of class. Okay. With interface. Okay. So get actor of class. This is so much heavy, because it's like scanning the whole map and then find your bag from this. So interpret class view object, like kernel version. ASA API. Get API utils, but get world. You need the reference for the world. Then all we need here is uworld. Actually, you don't need to reinterpret class. You can just do this because it's the same object. U object, right? U world. I know it's U world, but it will know. And then this actor subclass, um, we need to load something right here as well. So, for example, what it needs, this subclass. Yeah. U victory for BP load class. Okay. We get, for example, you need to find a death bag class. Okay. I hope it's here because I don't know where. Dash player. that that item. No, not here. Um, that item cache. I think the way I know this, in DevKit, right? But I have copy. You go to DevKit and then find, I have some video to find that one, right? So, but here's the blueprint. I have something here. So you need to load that. If U class reference that cache uh, class. Okay. So the moment you load this BP class, but you don't load it every time you call the die, for example, right? Just for example, I'm just writing right down here, just giving you some example. But you don't load it every time you call it because it's already loaded. Maybe you put it on header, and then when it's loaded, you just um find a way to so all that bag there. What we're gonna do is, for example, we load it right, and then just add it like on this side, and then um and all dash bag. So for example, you have a multiple bags um in the world, you can get it. For example, for then all cash bag, copy paste that, and then it's an actor, away cash bag, like that, right? So we're looping it. So when you're looping it, make sure it's not if no one took it already. So what we're gonna do is, because you're gonna crash if you didn't do this. If someone take it right away like a thief, you have a tribe mate that wants your items and take it right away, right? And then cash bag, and then we need to have some checks. We're gonna use the is a, if it's a class of a, if those because sometimes it's not really getting it, so we just make sure that it's a class of a that bag class. Okay, and then if not, and then continue. Okay, and then we're gonna cast it to our structure, so we can get all the inventory. We cast it into our primal structure, which is it is a structure item container, but it's a class, so it's not yet casted to our structure, which is this one. But it's all, we know that that's a structure. Structures, see that slash structures. So we need to cache. We need to cast it bag container equals to static cache. Copy paste this so you can save time, and then uh, I'm sorry about this. I'm a typo guy. Container. Okay, and then um, copy paste the cache back. Okay, then post it, of course. Container. What? So we have the cast. Then what you can do with that, you see, we have some members here, right? After casting it, but for this one, what you could do is it's like a, a parent, so you can only get the thing that the parent has. Okay, it's an actor, every member of the actor you can get, but for the child you can't. That's why we need to cast it to child. All right. I know that. I know how to uh, container, for example. My See, we don't have my inventory component. So what we're gonna do here, if of course, if that still we need to have this, or else we're gonna have some crashes in our server, unwanted crashes. We don't do this. And then of course another checks that hatchbag container descriptive name field, just to make sure that it is that contains not equal. Oh no. Yes, equal. It should be equal. This is a descriptive name. So item cache. Okay. Unless wildcard change this. You need to change it as well. Okay. So it needs to be equal, but I negate it here. So it means if not equals, then continue. Alright. Then what next? We need to maybe get the U primal inventory component, and then cache bag component, and then it should you have everything. And cache bag container that my inventory component field. Okay, then of course we need to have another check. It's a lot of, I know, but you need to do this unless you want to debug a lot of things on this. Okay, and then if cache anyway, we can add more here. If copy paste this one again, I think that cache character ID field, right? Equals to 0, which means it's not belong to anyone. I think it's not you because it should have an ID. Okay, then another one. Sorry, I forgot this. Um, if it's not yours, field is not uh, equal, equal. This is wrong. That ID. Okay, dot equal. Why we have something? Well, we cannot compare it. This is an int, I believe. Oh, equal, yeah, unsigned long. It's equal is just for string like this, equal string. I'm sorry about this. I'm trying to get like equals. PC, which is your player controller. We don't have a reference for the player controller. We do have shooter character. You can use that shooter character. Then mm, uh link player data ID. Yeah, I think we can use this. Get link player data ID. Link player data ID. I don't know what is the unsigned long, right? It's the same as the character field. Yeah, I think this one is the same, but this one is shooter character and this one shooter character as well. I don't know. Link player data. Yeah, Wait, after that H and this one. After that H, I don't know why they making a double wildcard. Okay, so yeah, uh, we are matching it. If it's not much, then sorry, continue. So it's not matched to our ID, it means it's not ours. What else? Also, we're not. Maybe we skip everything if here the inventory items field that number which is no continue because it doesn't not no item at all. All right, then what else? And then if everything is passes, we're good to go. What we're gonna do here is looping our item. You primal. This anyway. This the old way of doing it. I think I solved it already. That it's much better than this. You primal item. Okay. Why I'm having some problem? No, this is not because the array you primal item then inventory items. Maybe let's complete it. Inventory items and then not inventory items field. No, not cheat. Inventory item field like that. Okay. We just make a copy and copy this. Then item. Okay. So per item, of course, it included an item B is ngram. Again, okay. We'll see. If item because here my item type field. This is the one that I'm telling you. For example, this one and oh no not and so contain. For example, pick definition, not that one. Sorry, maybe rather not this one as well. E primal type. You can go here. For example, make sure we can make it bigger. This is an in type enum. Consumable equipment, weapon, ammo, structure, resources, and then 8, which is 8 artifact, right? So what we're gonna do is to limit the player that's cheating, like go to find resources to the metal, encumbered himself and die. Because I know that most of the server has like slash kill now, or you can kill yourself, right? And then you know structure, right? No, resources, then metal, like bunch of metal in his inventory, and buy and go back home. And then you just transfer just retrieve all those items, and then you're good, right? So it's like cheating. Even the actor artifact. I'm sorry, artifact. So it's 8, right? Like go to cave, run nakedly, and then just run. Just took the artifact there and just die, right? So it's so much cheating. So what we can do is maybe to do code this. Okay. Then maybe we just copy paste that one and then 8 resources are artifact. Okay, so for artifact is 8, right? Okay. Then maybe we could do like get artifact of the item. I mean the player. So we are limiting them for now without the config. But if you wanna allow it, it's up to you. But for me in my server, I don't, cause that's cheating. Yes. What is else? Okay. This one is another way of cheating. Is egg. Look at that. But yet, of course, and um item equals to uses durability, which means this is the egg, fertile egg. I think you get it now. Fertile egg. Forgot to put some open and close there. Continue, right? You know what I mean? Because this egg, let's say you jump into a nest like wyvern nest and die, right? It's with nakedly as well, right? Or someone, your friend, drop. I'll drop you there and just die, and you get the fertile egg. And yeah, that's why I put end because egg is just egg. If it doesn't uses durability, which the timer of like spoiling timer for egg health and stuff, that's not a fertile egg. Okay, and then one more thing. Uh, what we're gonna do is we can just um remove item, remove items, of course, because if you transfer this into your inventory, and then, well, yes, we'll do the item. So we need to remove them. But I think we need to do what we need here is caching, because we're looping. I know that we made a copy of this, but if we remove it from here and it's still looping, right? It will mess up the index and stuff. C++, right? So we're gonna do here is making outside thing for maybe the array to primal item, right? And then for the okay, and then what we're gonna do here is add those items. So for delete that add and then item. Okay, so that will be for delete. So after everything passes, we add them for delete, and then the last step is item touch. What we gonna do? Items like add to inventory to someone. Right? Mm, I think we're not doing the equip ones here yet. We're only doing the items like yourself. Okay, I believe. Or maybe it's already there. Wait, let me try. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think this includes everything. Sorry. Because I was thinking that if we need to separate a loop for equip items like the seven ones, seven slot. Um, Player inventory component, do we have it? I think we don't have it yet because that's the inventory component that we need to let's make if everything of course we checking all the bags and stuff, right? Maybe here or maybe here because it's up here. Okay, you can just copy paste this. I know there's a return here, but yeah. For example, player, right? Shooter, character, uh, my inventory component field. Oh yeah, we do have um maybe player the component equals to shooter, but don't forget the inventory primal. What you can do to make an easy way of copy pasting it, right? Do this. Okay, so we do have if you don't have yet the inventory component, of course you check it so you don't return. Okay, it's return, it's not continue because we're not in the loop. Okay, so we do have inventory component right away. So here, to inventory, which means maybe we can just pick. Okay, so we can see what we are copying. Okay, comma, and then is equip items, right? So it will ask if our item if the item is equipped or not. Okay. How can we do that? Here, to do that is to bool um is equipped. Okay, and then item that plot index field is greater than -1. It means it's equipped. Okay, and then maybe that's not the one. Wait, no. Slot, that's a slot index. I'm so dumb. Um, cool. Do slot. Okay, just add to slot. I'm sorry. So add slot and then is equip item that equip maybe is be equipped, right? Like here. Void equip item. This one will equip your item. This is not the one that is equipped. So B is equipped. Looking for the item that equipped, right? That get. So is equipped, and then add the slot item fnet ID. How can we get this? To get that and item and then item ID field I I field. Okay, and then show HUD notification. Of course, we wanted to see that we equipping the item. Don't recalculate spot time. Yeah, no, we don't recalculate. Maybe we wanted to. Okay, maybe we want to, because we want to refresh those timers and stuff. Be ignore absolute max and hmm, hmm. Probably yes. No, yes, no. Because it will cause issue because it will be deleted forever if you have max inventory stuff, right? Like super encumbered stuff false, maybe false. Insert item index ID instead of goals. Item ID index instead. What is that? Don't have client refresh. Item just false. All of that things. All right. So this is the transfer. Anyway, finally transfer. We could try this one. Anyway. So what we have here, one transfer. Okay, so this is so heavy, like I said, right? Because it will look for everything we have here, and then this one we need to, you know, we need to find a way how can we do that as well. Maybe we can create where are we? This is ASA API source, and then create your new header, which is auto AP retrieve, because we're gonna make a lot of retrieve.h. Okay, retrieve.h, and then uh, add it here, add existing stores, retrieve.h. Then go to your CPP, and then under here, maybe up here, include retrieve.h. Okay, so we done that, and we can just paste our code there for um retrieve.h. So void okay, retrieve retrieve. Okay, so we don't have any retrieve. Sorry about that. Shooter character is still primal shooter. What is this? Hooks shooter character. A shooter character. Then paste it like that. Okay. And then we might need to change this because for now we're using the retrieve bag when we die. So when we die, player dies right there. Then only need to have this one. Okay. So paste it retrieve bag right there. So what we're gonna do? Um, how can we check if our bag is still there? Right. So going back to our set bag retriever.cpp. We don't do any commands yet, right? And we only need this hook. Maybe the timer. We don't need that. We're not gonna call the timers. Then our load database as well. We don't need that. And then command. We're not doing commands yet because I don't wanna compile everything. Timers, and then repair items, repair items. You don't need that. Maybe our util will have us issues later on. We're gonna check that anyway. No, MO to minimize everything. Okay, so let's try anyway. How can we get if the player still has its bag? Right. just copy paste all of these. Can just void um find item okay, and transfer it. So player component, we need that again. What you could do if you only need the player component right there, and then just get over it, right? We need the oh no, we need the shooter character here. Maybe we pass everything like there. Then copy paste this one here. Okay, so you don't have any error. I just want to make the find player the find player corpse. Okay, then what it needs again is it's one. Yes. Here I'm gonna make like if another if. What's the player? A shooter character. We can let's try. Let's try shooter character. Um, last then do we have it? No. We need to cast. We need to cast this one to a shooter player controller. Okay, so how can we do that? We don't need this here. Or maybe let's try. Um, a player controller is a shooter player controller, and then PC. Yes, PC. We can just shooter player controller because there's a lot of um static paths. Copy paste this, and then shooter player character. So I think it's okay to do this. This shooter character, let's see, big definition. Using a primal character. But if you are using this big definition, a base player controller. I think this one controller. Oh no. Find. I think I find. There's a find here. Find after that age. No. I think I want to cast it, but I wonder why I have valid conversion. Why I have invalid conversion? Because maybe this is higher than no yeah a shooter player controller is higher than we are trying to cast from a primal pawn. A player controller base right, and it's a shooter character. So what we're gonna do? Let's try to find the API. Get API utils the find player from character name, find controller from character. A shooter character. You see that? You see that, right? So we can just pass a shooter character. But I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want to use the function from API. Oh yes. So what he did here, a player shooter character, and then if character is not null, is not dead because you don't have a character. If you die, if you're dead, yes, yes, yes. Or maybe that's the one that's causing issues because you're dead, right? So we need to pass this before you die. If not, oh man, that's the problem. Okay, so get the owner controller. Okay, because what we need is to cache those. Uh, wait, yeah, this is the same as casting it. Get owner controller. Okay, so we just copy paste this instead of that. So shooter character and then get owner controller. Right. So look, the error goes away. Look at that. Statics is same as this, you know. You just didn't use static cast. Okay, so we have SPC now. So SPC that that well, we can even get the location. Yeah, this is the what I'm saying earlier. This is the way how you minimize calls for a big function, like the heavy function. This is one way to do it. So for example, last dot location. So you have the X and Y and Z location of the death, and then from there you can cast a spear, like checking the whole place on that area, like for let's say 10,000 meters, 5,000 meters away from that point, a circle spear, and then detects all the death bag in that area, right? So it's only checking in that sphere, not on the huge map. So that's the way you can do this, right? I think that the one I will show you anyway later. How can we implement that one? Um, what else? Wait. I think last that primal looking for primal character field. Okay, but this is a problem. It will crash because if our body is dead or getting, yeah, if we can get this, then that's good, right? Last primal that character, that's the same thing. Then uh what we're gonna do is, no, maybe we can just save it. If not, then go to else. All right. Okay, so this is only what I need, okay? Is we need that one. That's the corpse. That corpse is true, which means you still have your corpse. But if not, then you have a problem. But for corpse, find player corpse, what we're gonna do is we need to send this SPC to our um player control. Okay. So we find player if we are good to go. If not, find cash bag instead to transfer from. Okay? SPC. SPC, don't forget to close that one. Then shoot character, we have it already. Oh man, let's remove this already. Okay. Then close that one. So let's make it simple. Okay. And then who's gonna remove the oh no, this one. Okay. And then what else do we need? So start writing down this one. Okay. View primal inventory component, then our corpse and the component equals to layer controller that um last dead last dead primal character field that get that my inventory component field. And then if of course um not corpse inventory corp component, which means it suddenly died before it's running this command. Okay, and then you don't have item anymore. Then you do it again, but this one is automatic, right? So the moment it won't happen anymore. So what you're gonna do is that's why I'm opening the slash command for everyone. So if it happened that it didn't transfer automatically, you need to do slash, slash thing. But this one only getting the recent ones, the recent updated. I mean the recent corpse, not every corpse. Unless you want to cache every corpse you have and perform this. Or maybe this is not that's not for automatic, right? Because the moment you have automatic, when you die the first time, it will transfer you. The second time you die, it will transfer again. It it does, it will really happen when you die multiple times and enable this plugin. So that's the only time you have a lot of corpse in the world. Okay. Okay, so inventory component yes. I'm sorry, my bad. And we need to do something here. If this one is false, you know why? It needs to be false because this is a cash bag. I think. I think so. Because cash bag doesn't have equip inventory. I might confirm that later on, but I think it's not. It's not gonna happen for cash bag, I believe. Only here on um in this player corps, okay? So we're gonna do handle equipment. Equip item, okay? The array you primal item, then equip equals to core and the component with items field. Okay, we have that. Therefore, first loop for equip items. Just gonna copy paste that. You primal item, equip item. Is we will have later on that inventory item, I item and E item. Okay, that's why I made that. The rule with is equip. Okay, if I E item is broken, is you're not gonna use it anyway. Because sometimes it happens that before you die it broke. Okay, equip item. It's not broken, of course, and then it's equip goes through, right? If not, then put it in your inventory. Okay, and then corpse find the component. Uh, who we're not gonna remove it, or maybe add it for removal later on. Is yeah, we can just copy paste this, or okay, then for delete that add the item. Okay, just add it there, because I don't want to remove it right away while we are looping. So, so definitely we can add to inventory of our new character, which is the player component that we casted, player controller. Then because you respond, right? Get player inventory component. Get player inventory component. Yeah, it's on down there. Okay, but we're not gonna do this. All right, so we do have that, and we can just copy paste. Let's return it if it's we don't have inventory yet. Okay. Add it to inventory, of course. Player new inventory component because we respond, right? It's equip, which means it's equip. Then add to slot item if it's in a slot item. If item and the item, uh, item ID field false, 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 then false, false. Right? What false did I make? Okay, and then we're not gonna do anything yet. We're gonna improve this later on. Okay. For now, I think we're done with that with items. Um, Another one is to have that's only for equip anyway. Only for equip. So we're gonna copy paste this. And then put it even this one, we can just copy paste that. Okay, so here, inventory items, right? And then for delete, we're not gonna because we already have one. Inventory components, not this one. Instead, the inventory items field right there. Okay, corpse inventory. items field. Okay. So inventory items, that's what need to items. Okay, inventory items. So this one makes it separate. All right, then what we're gonna do here? First, we're gonna do some checks, right? Like before. Maybe we can just use some codes here. Where are you? Maybe uses the eggs, these three of this. Then is engram as well, right? Yeah, maybe everything. Is this the same? If you want to separate them in another function, it's fine. So you don't, so you could like, um, develop them just one. It's let's see, player component we do have right here. New inventory component, right? So we got this one. Okay. So first we are checking engram and then the resources we're not gonna bring in and artifact and then fertile eggs, right? Yes, and then everything is good, I believe. This one is wrong. Okay. And- Okay, and then we're not doing the deletion for. Okay. For delete, what we're gonna do with delete, void delete items. It or remove, that's the same one, right? So what we're gonna do is passing, or- so we know that that's its parameter. Okay. Um, what we gonna do here? Passing to component. Maybe switch it. Okay. And then for view primal item equal item. Just looking for. And then your inventory component, which is the new one, I believe. That's the new one. No, the old one. Wait. Yeah, that's the old. Anyway, let's just finish this. Okay. INV, which inventory component is, we cannot remove the item from there, right? Item, and then what is the item? Add the uh the item, but item ID field. Okay. Then false. Um, do drop false. Of course, we're not gonna drop it. Second option, I don't know that. Just make sure it's done. Force removal, it's true. And then show HUD message false because we don't need that. We're not. It's not our inventory anyway. It's the dev's inventory or the bag itself. Okay, and then after removing that, I think we're done about it. Inventory component for delete. Okay, I think I think this is just the thing. Okay. So after the loop, we delete items. Then for delete, we go the for delete right here. And then the inventory component, the cache bag, I think. Is where the component, inventory component here is right here inside the loop. So maybe no pointer. What we're gonna do is expose it outside because we can't do it, right? But the thing is, hey, wait, we are doing for loops though. So when we find one, maybe we break loop. Because I was thinking like every no, it should be TRA. You know that. Yes, it need to be TRA. Uh, we need that array inventory later on. I'm gonna use that anyway. So we are trying to catch it, to use it right here, right? So when it has inventory component, based on that, maybe we team up this for delete in this part. Just all back for loop. Oh yes, I'm sorry about this. We need to. It's okay. It's okay. Remove this guy. It's okay. I'm so dumb because we have a loop here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Yes. Okay. So what we're gonna do is not outside. It should be inside, like this. Because after, I'm sorry, I didn't put any. Yeah. So we have our inventory, cache value inventory component right there. Then just send it. So it will delete after everything else. Okay. Are we good? Why is that strong for delete? But our for delete is right about there. Delete and that's too many. So we need to do here as well, right here. Okay, because we're only deleting for the side. But still, we still have problems. So what is causing the problem? Overload para matches argument lease. What's our U primal item for delete? U T array U primal item. U primal inventory component. Hey yo, why are you doing this? Be this guy like this. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay, so we have this delete function here and then the for loop stuff. Okay, so we fix that. In our here or uh, for delete, we are deleting it and then here 3, we are deleting another one, add item for delete, and then corpse inventory, that's the same one. And then we just gonna pass this one right here. And close that one in corpse inventory. If it happen that you have a lot of corpse, it won't happen because this one is just one each time when you die. Okay, I think we're done. I think we're done. We're done about this. Hey, yo, let's check. Retrieve bag. Let's do retrieve hooks right on the other side of our. So when we die right here, it sends a trigger to our functions. Um, a but I don't know. That's is this one is right because you haven't spawned. This one is bad for our health. Oh my god. Yes, this is so bad. This is so bad. Bad guy. Because when you die, right? It will ask you to spawn. So right there, we don't have any character or inventory and such because we haven't respawned. So um what we can do now? There is handle the respond, respond. Not the new plan. Log out, not everything else. Handle respond. Do we have handle respond? Let's find out. Handle respond. Yeah, we have one. Find all. Only have one. But here we can find in the latest version because that one is not latest. So we go to WSM, run it anyway. We're gonna use it later on. We're almost done here. Computer game binaries. Where cache, not that cache plugins. No, not that plugins. I think cache. Okay, so handle, handle. Do we have handle here? Find all documents that handle register. Not that one. Handle living map. Oh, we do have. They do have living map. Disconnect living map. Maybe spawn. Oh, spawn. Finish spawning. One. Oh, there's a lot of spawn here. Not that. Because what I know is handle spawn. Yes, oh man. Handle spawn. Eh? Handle respawn. With ED? What? Upon player controller. What is this? A, a shooter, a player controller. Not that one. What's this pawn? The character pawn and the boolean. What is boolean? Hmm. What is the boolean? A primary controller. Handle respond. I think there's another one in shooter. Yeah, I think this one. But it's depend on what you wanna use. Primary controller, a primer player controller, exec, a shooter player controller. I think this one is better. This is the same, right? Yeah, we're gonna use this anyway. This one. Um, okay, so we're making another one because this one is bad. It's really bad because when you die, you don't have the character yet. You do have the character, which is the one that dies, but yeah, if you want to, find player corpses rather, you can do so. But we did the thing that transfer the items in your inventory, which is the new one, and that's really bad because um it only works this way when you set another existing inventory component. For example, a storage like that, right? So when you die, it will transfer right away. But gonna use this be later on. Declare who copy paste everything because I'm lazy. Okay. Um, Shooter player character hook. Right. Where is that? Handle respond. Shooter player handle respond. Okay. So this is the one. We just copy paste that here, and then the whole thing, but not the first one right here. And then what is need? And need a player controller with the pointer, shooter, maybe controller like this. All right. And then what we're gonna do is we need to set the original handle response implementation original. Then pass the move on respond. Okay. It's a bool. I don't think so. Let's check. It's a void. So void. Then our handle implementation. Copy paste it again. Put it there. Void. Shooter. Copy paste all of this. I believe, but only paste. Paste. Shooter character. Remove this one. Then a pawn. Remove this one. Just like that. Okay, so we don't have error here and error here. Player the spawn. Okay. We're gonna do player controller. What do we have? Uh, character. Character field probably. Get character name. Oh, wow. Do we need to assign something? No. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Well, our player name change like that. Then comma. Okay. So what we have here, so we can try that, without triggering the thing. So before we spawn right here, it will logs, just log, but we need to spawn first, right? This, make sure we are, but we already have a pawn, so we can just, and player controller. We do have player controller, shooter character. Oh yeah, shooter character. We can cast the pawn because, look at this, a primal character, right? And then when you go to the primal character, a character, and a character, and a primal pawn, and a primal pawn is a pawn. Okay, so this is the, you know, that's so headache, so much headache, right? So a player pawn is, an actor. That's the right, from my actor. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, so what we need here is we need to retrieve the bag, right? And then maybe down here. First, you need to copy paste this one. Copy paste that one as C equals to static cast. Since it's one, we can just copy paste this one, and then new one, right? And then if uh let's see, do this. Okay, retrieve bag, and then our SC, pass it right there, then close this one. Okay, make sure you have this one, then retrieve bag at file player. If it's set already, it's gone, and then check for the bag instead. Okay, uh we will try that. So I think we're good about handling. So we haven't um do this yet. So what we're gonna do, we go to our hooks. Where's our hook? So this is our hook. So we haven't added here, right? Then just copy paste those. Then copy paste this one again. Oopsie. Oop, yeah. Then minimize this one. Make sure we don't we clear. Okay. Hook. Then your hook. Change it and change it right here. Okay. And then the text or the offset, you can just copy paste from here and then go back there, paste it. This one as well. No. Yeah, 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 that's true. Sandal respawn. Okay. We're done here. And then this one, the original. Sometimes copy pasting makes you do mistake often. So make sure user player characters are all good. So we set the hook of this guy. Yes, retrieve bag. We're done that. So we're gonna check from the start. We do check the utils yet. What is being called anyway? We do have that retrieve bag that age. What? Why we do have the age? Oh, the age is should be the the real the header of this plugin. Okay, we open that. What we're gonna do here? We do have some quite problem with our this one. So every time we die, it will get cold. So what we're gonna do here is this is so much. Anyway, this one only. Okay, so here, the other one we don't need that. Inline, std, no, no, u class, that class. Okay, that class, and then go to your retrieve, and then what's our namespace? I forgot. Retriever. Then we got. Hmm, I believe we not gonna declare it. No, do we? Because yeah, we're just putting it like that. So what we're gonna do here is do some if, and then exclamation point here, which means it's null, and then we do load class, so it will set the header right while our server is running and the plugin is running, so it won't load anymore. So because that's really bad for our when we load every time we call it. Okay, and then um there what you could do is to delete the cache bag as well if no item anymore, so it will save you because I think when you remove all items it's not automatically delete. What happened is like it just stay there. It depends on how your decay timer, the cache bag decay timer, because mine I set it to 5 hours, and then maybe like a day or so, because sometimes like they get dc and then come back tomorrow, something like that. So I just made it like a day or 5 hours, I think. So yes, we're done that. Maybe we can try this. I'm too hasty to try, but I wanna. Well, we don't have this other remove commands. What? Oh yeah, because we're not gonna use commands yet. Okay. Other remove command. Remove that guy. Then for our everything here, we might have some problems. So maybe we can just try to compile this. Okay. I just compiled it. Anyway, it's okay. We'll install everything that we need. Compile, compile, compile. Oh, no. Okay. Compiling everything, even the MySQL ones. Yeah. We don't. What is this? Because you know what? We need to put this under. So we're not using namespaces or overloading function. Why you can't read? Okay. Maybe I have some different error right there. But I do believe like this delete items, right? So it calls delete items, but the delete items was here. You know that it reading bottom to top. Yeah. Okay, so we do compile everything. Um, yeah, it compiled right about here. That we were. So it compiles. Everything is still there, right? I think we exclude the bad file and stuff, or we deleted it, right? We deleted. Okay, so we're good. What's other? Why it has other 0.7? So it's all C. What? Yeah, like I said, it's all C because of the MySQL stuff. We only we only write a simple code right here, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so we're we're good to go. We'll try to run the server. But first, I want to open a couple of stuff. Maybe we automate this again when we, open stuff like the folder. I did this on my server. I know it's really hard to find things like like this. So we need the logs from the save, and we do need the logs from the API. Logs is your friend, okay? And then make sure open it again for the plugin. API plugins. So we have that retriever, Discord link, and host mode. Maybe we just remove this because I don't want to mess up with other mods. Okay, it's purely what? Why something here? Replace it. Okay, so uh, we do have only one. Okay, to make sure that we do have one. This is for development AsaApi, and then finally run the server. Then run your game. Of course, run your game. Where's my desktop? Desktop shortcut my game. Oh, we have error because you know why? Your config is empty as like that. So we can get our config the JSON right here and paste it right here. But we don't need the permission points. Do we need this? It's false, right? Permission is false. We don't need that yet. Our plugin false. Um, Discord bot. We don't need that for just yet. Don't have commands yet. Maybe false. This guy false. Forget to turn it false. We'll debug. We don't have it anymore. And then ignore. Just empty the debug. General one. Okay. So everything will be fine, I believe. Because let's see our logs anyway. But what does it say? Config load failed. See our config file. Constant call stack. Yeah, it's just the config. Then run it again. Run. I think I have nuts here. Let's just wait for that. I'm gonna eat nuts while waiting. Hmm? What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. It happened because I didn't compile it and transfer config file from my server. I can just copy paste it, right? Anyway, I have automation here. Okay, so starting again. What happened? It crashed again. Let's see the crash. What makes it crash? Oh, Boolean must be null. Hmm. Boolean must be null, huh? Utils for 1 2. Control G for 1 2. What? I'm using this? Oh no, I deleted it. I remember I changed it already. Paste. Oh no. I wonder why it's taking so long to compile those stuff. Okay, waiting again. Debug false, we're good. YouTube short is only for mobile. Oh my. So you need to upload your video in your mobile and create YouTube short. Just like 60 seconds, I think. Alright, so we're waiting for this to get up. And then we're going to test it when we die. Do they have updates? No, it's not yet done. So we made sure that our death bag retriever initialized config loaded. Receive your bag and your bag on respawn. Alright, alright. Okay, so we're up. Yeah, we can join now. We did have some logs when we die, right? We can see if we die. Oh no, I wish that I put the slash kill so we can easily die. There's no storage. So what we're gonna do? I don't have anything on me. Why I do have lots of what? Bolts allowed item. What's that? Okay, so I'll bring resources. Do we have an artifact here? Yeah, maybe artifact. This one is specimen. I think this one is considered as artifact. So I do have resources, and then why I'm so encumbered half. Okay, and then maybe element. Can we have element? Where? Why? Enable cheats, but don't use GCM because we need to dodge. Where's our element? So we do wait here. Okay, half. So we do have element. We're gonna die. Um, maybe remove this stuff so we die. And one is not equipped. Everything is equipped. We have on our slot, so that we're aiming for. Okay. Can we use this? Can we use blink? Yeah. Oh yeah, we can blink. What? We are in creative. Yeah, I just removed my creative. Maybe when I disconnected, I have my. What? I cannot jump. Okay. Oh, when I do jump, I should die, right? Like this. Die. I didn't die. Okay, I should die right now. Dead. Opponent dies. You see that? And then I'm not respawning yet. Alright. And our corpse, we know that our corpse is right there. Why have two beds? Simple bed. Why have two beds? I think we're here, right? Okay. Just simple bed. Opponent is spawn. And we crash. Oh no. You killed yourself. Okay, we do crash. So exit the main menu. Let's find out why we crash. Okay. First crash talk and our logs. Then close the old ones. Right here. So our log says that we spawn. So basically we came to right here and then before we call this one. Okay. Is yeah, we have some logs right there. And then our crash talk saying weak pointer get. Man. Handle respond exit handle. Did we call the weak pointer, weak pointer. Mm-hmm. That happened. Why we? Because we don't need to return like this. Because it's not, you know, not. But we need to know that this one being called as well. Oh man, I forgot that. I'm really sorry. Where are we? Retrieve and then retrieve bag. We are calling this. And then function, 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 called. Okay. Just like that. So we know that it's being there. We call there function. Two things put here, right here, and this stuff, and this. Okay, so first, I know that we retrieve bag because we still have the, I think the get that we are trying, and here, this one, last the get. Um, this is the only get we have, right? Let's try. Current project, init project name, not that one. This is the retriever request get, not that one. Repair item, retrieve items get. Ooh. Probably this one, but I doubt it. Let's check one more. Quick pointer, handler from hooks. That's 16. Where's our hooks? Hook 16. Oh yeah, this one. And then that's our problem then. So yeah, we call that one function. Then maybe we add more here. What we call here is um corpse exceeds. Okay, you don't pass anything. And don't pass that. So we know, but we will know it when it triggers something. But I do believe that this one will be called, and we're getting this one here. But if we have a problem with our get already, right there, here, the weak pointer right here, then we don't call this because this one has crashed already. So what we're gonna do is trying to figure out where we are so we can get one. We will find another way finding our corpse. Okay. Retrieve bug is shooter character. Hmm. Ah, I think we don't have reference for this one. This one is being null. I do believe. Maybe I think this is a new one. Then you don't have a reference for this. But let's see. Okay, just compile it again. Then start. What we're gonna open here is the crash text, not the old one. So we just reload them. But for the logs, we still need to get the new one. So you can just get the new one right away while it's loading. Okay, we just wait for that. Yeah, servers up, and then oh yeah, let's join. Another loading for us. Right. So we do have. Gonna bring something here. Then right there, the artifact. We can just steal ourselves, right? Like this, instead of jumping higher. Okay, so I died. Opponent dies, and then we gonna respond to our bed. Retrieving bag code. So retrieve bag code. Yeah, retrieve what? Retrieve bag code. Okay, this one called being called, and then uh, in this way, let me check my logs. Yeah, we do have the logs already. Refresh it. Retrieve bag code. So this one is not it's not yeah, it's valid because as you can see it didn't return and didn't accept the issue. So we do have something right about here when we get it. The moment that we get the character field, what is this? The weak pointer. Yeah, this is weak pointer. Why are we having issue around this? 1 for 1. What? Hooks 19. It's hooks 19. Wait, what? The get. That's the get. That's the error we having. No, what's wrong with this?